Hello, the purpose of this video is to record a demonstration of my solution for the week 4 assignment in Computer Science 815. The assignment is to create a shell script that will compile either a Java program or a C program. To begin, I'll go ahead and share my screen. So here is my GitHub page. I am not including the solution for the shell script. I just have some support files here, a C program that just prints output to the console, and a Java program that prints output to the console, and a test file that just contains some text. There's a README file that's included. Here's the assignment description: create a shell script to compile that will compile or run a C or Java program. Your script should call GCC or Java C as appropriate. So the script that I'm using assumes that the environment has JDK 11 and JRE 11 or higher, and GCC. Here's an example execution, which we'll see in a moment. You can also go to this site here if you'd like to have see instruction on how to install the JDK 11 on to your virtual machine, or if you'd like, you can also install it on your local machine. And here's some example for how to compile Java in Unix and Linux, or compile a C program as well. Okay, let's take a look at the C program here. You can see it just contains the main function here in the class, and you have the printf statement, hello from my C program. And if we go back to the Java, you'll see that it just has a class named after the file with a static void main, and it uses print line to print hello from my Java program. Okay, so to begin here, this is my virtual machine. You can this just to reiterate, this will not be shared with any students until after the course is completed. This is going to be uploaded on an unlisted link. So whoever has the link, as long as you don't share it with anybody, you will be the only one who has access to this video. I will upload the solution after the course is over and put that on my GitHub as well. So here I have a project called Compile, which has my shell script. Let's take a look at the shell script. As you can see here, it checks the number of parameters, whether it's equal to 0 or greater than 1. Only one parameter is allowed in the usage, and it must either be a Java program or a C program. If it is a Java program, we'll check the first element in the argument array, check the extension as Java, using the wildcard character here. And then, as you can see here, for the virtual machine, there are some differences. Then I also have a version of this that works in Cygwin, but I'll demonstrate that at the end of the video or after this. But here I store the file name into a variable, and then I trim or remove the extension of that file name just so I have the program file name. For in this case, in this example, it's Y. And then when I run the program with Java, you'll see that it just uses the Y. If I did not do that, it would generate an error, and I can demonstrate that in a moment. Likewise, if it's a C program, we just compile the program with the first element in the array, or a second element. This is the parameter that's included. And then to run it, I just use the /a.out. If this is on my machine, it would be .exe. And if it's not a Java program or C program, prompt the user to rerun the program with a valid program. Okay, let's take a look. So really quick, I'd just like to demonstrate a run of the Java. So if I wanted to compile and run Java here, so first off, I had to install Java C. And as you notice in the README file, if it did not exist, I would be prompted to add. And there's the usage to install it onto my machine. If we go back to the README down here, install sudo apt install openjdk-11-jdk-headless, and then the JRE. So this is for Java C, this is for Java, and then install GCC for GCC. Okay. So here, let me just list the timestamps here. And so if I were to compile this program, you can see Java C, y.java, ls-l. It created a class file. So now I can run that program, hello for my Java program. And likewise for the GCC, x.c, we can see that it creates a out file. And then to run that, I just type a.out. Hello for my C program. So now let's run the shell script, compile.sh. So to do that, we'll use bash. And you'll see if I don't include any parameters, you get the usage definition here. If I include more than one parameter, I'll get the usage definition as well. If I don't include a Java program at all, or a C program, it says test files not a Java program, test files not a C program, test files not a valid program, please rerun the script and include a Java or C program. So now let's run it with the C. It's not a Java program, it's a C program. Hello, thank you for my C program. Thank you for using my script. And if we do ls-l, you'll see that it did remove the a.out file. So I have included that in my script. Remove any file with the extension .out after completion of the compiling and running of the program. If we take a look at the script here, I do the same thing for the Java class. So we'll remove any class files after the program is done, and it will remove any out files after the program is done. Okay, let's do it for the Java program. And again, it runs successfully. And if I do ls, you'll see that the class file has been removed. Okay, so now if we were to go into my machine to see a different version, I actually have already, many months ago, I've created scripts to actually do this for my computer science 730 course, and then also just to run C programs when I taught C++ at a community college in the fall of 2021 semester. So in the hello project here, you can see an example of that. I have a library directory, a source directory, which contains the actual source file, source code. And I believe this is called hello, right? So there's my main.java. So I've already this assignment was already halfway done before I started. Oops. Main. So here's my main program here. And we can actually, I don't know if, I think I copied this earlier today, so it might actually have the current date. Yeah, October 24th. Okay, but if I wanted to run this program, you can see I have a shell script run java.sh. So let's take a look at that. This actually uses the Java C. It creates a class directory. It uses the verbose option, and then I actually create the jar files to hold the class. And then I run that and include the class path. Okay, so if I were to run java.sh, it'll run the program, hello from my Java program, and it runs to completion. We can actually see ls, let's take a look here, ls-l of classes. You can see that there's one more directory there. There's our class file, October 24th at 1855. Let's go ahead and run the script again. Let me go ahead and minimize that. I'm waiting till the 56-minute mark. There it is. So I'll run this again. And if I list that file, we'll see it updates to 1856. So this is working. And then if I check at the C program here, so oops. I have a run script for that as well for C programs. So let's take a look at that. And it just creates a object file for the executable. Instead of using the default name, which is A, that the system uses, will use main in this case. It doesn't remove the class files, or I'm sorry, the out file or the executable file in this case, but we can check the date. So ls-l. Here you can see that I ran this earlier this afternoon or this evening at 6:18. So if I were to run this bash script here, or shell script, sorry, bash run C, and then if I were to list the files again, it updated the time of the executable here. And we know it's not using touch. And so likewise for the actual assignment, I've pretty much done the same thing. Just the assignment, the shell script is going to look different than it did on the VM. And that's because it's a different environment. This is my local machine. And so I did not need to actually trim off the extension for the Java program. I can just run the Java program. I think it's since Java 11. I think you can run if it's a single file source code, just the main class, you can run it without using Java C. And in this case, it was an executable and I just needed to use ./A instead of the .out. I'll be using both. I'll be submitting both versions for my assignment, and I'll be including both of those on the GitHub once the course is completed. So if we were to do an example here on my machine, we could say where GCC, that's in my Sigwin direct Linux distribution here, where Java, that's going to be an Oracle Java, JDK 18. Where jar, I don't think I used jar in the script though. Okay, so now if I wanted to compile the C program here, right, it will create the a.exe, so I can just press A and run the program. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and remove that. And then this, likewise with the Java program, I can just type Java Y, and this should run the program. And it won't create any class files. If I wanted to, I could. So here it just compiled, it created the class file there, and then I would just type Java Y. Right, and then I can remove that as well. Okay, now let's run the script. And likewise, if I don't include anything, it provides the usage. So let's do x.c, and it removes the executable file that's generated from GCC. And then if I did the same thing with Java, it would remove the class files. Okay, well, that's all I have. I'm going to go ahead and end the video and submit the assignment, and I'll include both versions. Thank you for tuning in. And if there's any suggestions that you might have, please include them in the comments or send me an email. I appreciate it. Thank you.